Alright, so this is delayed as hell. I keep the cursing down to a minimum, but we're here. We got Tyler Perry, the dream couple here. Yep. Alright. Oh, Christ. Okay, so you may be wondering, why the hell did you wait so long? And, well, it's their fault. Not really, entirely.
Excuse me.
It's kind of, I would say, it was a bit of all of us. Because we had to find a good place to film this, and we had to find a good time. So, anyway.
And Jeremy wouldn't let us make this until we saw Spider-Verse.
Yep. So we got our best and worst of the year. We'll start with the worst, as per the title. Alright, so we will go, I think we're going to go Perry, me, Tyler. And, okay, so let's start off with dishonorable mentions. Perry?
I only have a couple of dishonorable mentions because most of the films I saw this year. And remember, just a disclaimer, we did not see every film that was released in 2018. So if there's something that's not on our worst or best list, it's because we didn't see it.
My list probably will change at some point because of something I didn't see.
Yeah, but my only two dishonorable mentions are Bad Times at the El Royale and Halloween, which I know a lot of you enjoyed. I know a lot of you enjoyed, and I'm in the hot seat now for starting this video off that way. I just have to be true to myself, and I thought they were pretty mediocre films. But here are the terrible ones. Number 10. Number 10 is Vice. And I know Vice has been getting nominated for Golden Globes. Christian Bale won Best Actor at the Golden Globes. But Jeremy was actually there with me that night, and we were raging.
This movie's bad!
Yes, this is a terrible film. And do not go watch this movie thinking, oh, it can't be as bad as they say. Skip this movie.
See, my thing is with Vice, it's fine if you want to make a biased movie, but you have to give the person you're depicting some character.
Right.
They can't just be a cartoon villain like Cheney.
Exactly.
Like, it's annoying. Oh, God, I hate
And the performances are good. That's why I didn't put it low.
Yeah. It's the best part of the movie.
Right. And the way the stories tell did not fit the film.
No. Because they did the same style they did with The Big Short, which did work for that movie. Doesn't work for this one.
Right.
This isn't even a biopic. It just shows all of Cheney's screw-ups. And that's the movie.
And it reads like a Wikipedia page.
Yes. Okay, so are we done with Vice now?
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'll do is I'll do my dishonorable mentions in number 10, and then we'll just kind of count down as we go.
Okay.
So make it a little more even. Alright, I actually bring my dishonorable mentions out.
That was actually my 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, so yeah. Oh, we'll do dishonorable mentions, then our number 10, and then we'll just go 9,
Yeah.
8. Yeah, so you do it. Okay, so dishonorable mentions, I have more than they all do, but I'm just going to read them off. Dishonorable mentions are Gotti, Johnny English Strikes Again, The Last Sharknado, The Hurricane Heist, The Week Of with Adam Sandler, Samson, the 1517 to Paris, Fireworks, which is a really bad anime, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, The Nun, The Open House, Truth or Dare, Venom, Slender Man, Daphne and Velma, and Vice. Okay. And now, my number 10. What could possibly be worse than all of those? Well, to start off, we got The Darkest Minds, the crappy YA adaptation that has the balls to set up for a sequel at the end. Which, honestly, this movie, if it didn't do that, this movie probably wouldn't be on this list. But because it did that, it just screwed itself into the dirt. And it starts off okay, it has a fine premise, tanks itself after the first 20 minutes. It stays in one location pretty much the entire movie, and it's boring as hell. Don't watch this crap. It's just, okay, that's all I can really say about that movie. It's really freaking bad. And, so Tyler.
Alright.
Dishonorable mentions in number 10.
Let's see. Now, my dishonorable mentions, I have one on here that'll tick people off more than Perry's dishonorable mentions. And these are, of course, in no particular order. I have Hellfest, Life Itself,
I like Hellfest.
Gringo, Bleeding Steel, and Black Panther.
Here comes the comment section.
What is Bleeding Steel?
A straight-to-DVD Jackie Chan movie I watched a few months ago.
I heard of that.
Now,
I saw that in the
granted,
Red Box.
It had the best special effects out of all these straight-to-DVD movies I watched.
There you go. Okay, and you're
But
number 10.
alright, number 10 is First Man.
Really?
Yeah.
Ryan Gosling. Just,
Yeah, there's some good movies on your wish list. What the heck?
God, I just know. It was very beautiful. It's an aesthetically pleasing movie, but boring.
I get
Just, it is not for me. It is extremely boring. I feel like Gosling was just sleepwalking through the movie.
I heard he was
almost.
miscast, like horribly
Kind
miscast.
Yeah, it's just
I like the movie a lot, but yeah.
he's just not Neil Armstrong.
Yeah, it didn't make my list, my best list, but...
Yeah, but other than that, it's like if you like just pretty movies, I'd check it out.
No, I think it's a well-made movie.
And no, it's not bad in any stretch. It's just from the few
I say-
movies I've
I
seen.
say, you haven't seen as many as me.
Yeah, it
It's
just happened to make number 10.
Right. Kind of like Black Panther. You haven't
Oh,
watched
yeah,
that many movies.
Exactly.
All right, Harry's number 9.
My number 9, and this is going to be controversial because it's not lower, Super Troopers 2. And this is a film that I actually enjoyed, but I had to put it on my worst list because it is one of the lesser films I've seen this year.
Okay.
That's all I'm going to say about it.
Don't worry, we'll talk about it again soon. For my number 9, I actually have to look at it. What was it? Oh, okay. My number 9 is another movie we'll talk about again soon, so I won't dwell on it too much. Acts of Violence, starring Bruce Willis. Cracking a straight-to-DVD Bruce Willis movie where he's not trying at all, but it's like he hasn't tried a lot in like the past few decades. So whatever.
Well, except for Glass.
Yeah, Glass is the first one. Like Death Wish, I thought he was fine, but it's like not giving him a whole lot to do there. So yeah, it's just a really stupid movie. It's not well made at all. We'll talk about it again later. I'm just not.
Oh yes, we will.
Yeah, he has more to say about it than I do. So yeah, that's my number 9. Tyler's
Right.
number 9.
My number 9 is Strangers Pray at Night.
Okay.
Which, my problems with this is just completely different from the original. Whereas the original was more 80s horror, this is 90s horror with just forgettable cast, and they turned the human aspect of the villains in the first movie, where just, this could be anybody happening to anyone. Now the dude is taking shotgun blasts to the chest, getting run over by trucks. He's just an unstoppable tank. It makes no sense.
It's a stupid movie, but I enjoy it.
Yeah, I was like, well, once again, it's like, I don't hate this movie, but it just happened to land where it did.
Yeah, it's like, we won't get down to the ones you really hate
Until
way
bottom
your bottom 5. Yeah.
Yes.
All right, number 8 for Perry.
My number 8 is Solo. And I know this is going to upset a lot of people.
How dare you, sir? How dare you? Put it under Super Troopers 2. Continue.
I mean, not only was the film really boring, I felt like this film was kind of unnecessary. Like, we didn't need a Solo film. And the performances were fine, but the writing I thought was terrible. It was the weakest part about the movie, especially at the end where they were like, "Oh, you think what's gonna happen? We're gonna subvert you for the 6th time."
Oh, I'm gonna betray you. No, I'm gonna betray you.
6 twist endings in one movie. It's just a complete mess. And I like Childish Gambino. I like Donald Glover as an actor, just not in this movie.
No.
I mean, he wasn't the worst part,
Yeah.
but he wasn't that great
Honestly,
either.
I loved Alden Ehrenreich as Han Solo. Like, I'm the one guy. Like, everyone gravitates towards Donald Glover with this movie. It seems I'm the opposite.
I do agree there, because he actually just tried. He wasn't doing his best Billy D. Williams
Yes.
impersonation.
No, yeah, I agree with this. Like, that's something else. It's like that'll be on my honorable mention. So that's about all we're gonna talk about that one. So,
Your
yeah,
number 8.
Okay. What was my number 8? It's like for the worst list, I actually do have to look at it. Okay, here it is. Number 8, Super Troopers 2.
Oh!
This wasn't even gonna make my list at first, and then I thought about it more and more. I bought this movie actually. I have it, and I probably should have just brought it and give it to Perry.
Yeah.
Should have. Darn it. No, because I bought this movie on Black Friday. It was like $4. And I was like, okay. I didn't even like the original movie, so I knew I probably wasn't going to like this. I hated this movie. It's a cheap comedy. It's not funny. Like I don't get off on stoner comedies. It's not my thing. So I don't know. It's not for me at all. I couldn't stand it. The characters are annoying as hell. Hated this movie. It's like that's all I can really say about it.
All right.
Except for the worst lister, I don't feel like there's too much to
No.
say because they're just bad movies.
Yeah.
Anyway, your
All
number
right. My number 8 is Destination Wedding.
8. With Keanu Reeves
Yeah,
and
a
Winona Ryder.
rom-com with Keanu Reeves.
That one was not good.
No, if you're gonna watch Keanu Reeves, just rewatch John Wick 1 and 2. Don't even bother yourself with this movie. It's just stilted, awkward, and Keanu and Winona Ryder, they're the only 2 speaking roles in the movie.
Yeah.
So I'd say if you don't care for that, then I would not even bother.
Wasn't a fan of that one.
No.
Their sex scene is hilarious.
Oh my
It's just so random.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like, let's just screw.
Yeah, they're just in a wine field, or no, they went away from a wine tasting, just in some random field.
Yes.
And they're just talking about whatever while banging.
Yeah, just side to bang. It's like,
Keanu, no!
why,
I
Keanu?
watch you shotgun nameless thugs for hours, but sex, Lord, no. But, alright, Perry, continue.
Number 7.
Number
right? Yeah.
7, and this is going to be a controversial pick, especially since I'm putting these movies lower than Super Troopers 2.
As I speak up just a little bit, just in case.
My number 7 is Wrinkle in Time.
Okay.
Ooh,
Okay. Yes.
You
Yes,
want to
sir.
talk about a
Tearing
complete
apart.
mess?
Yes, sir. Do it, sir. Do it.
You want to talk about a complete mess of a film? Oh, I mean, all the performances in this film just complete.
This movie.
Phoned in.
Jesus
Just
Christ,
phoned
this movie
in.
sucks.
Yes.
Oprah Winfrey quite literally riding on her ego.
Yes.
She's the biggest, of the 3, what the hell do you even call them? I don't know. Mystical women.
Were they like fairies or?
Yeah, she's like the leader, like the goddess of them. It's
Yeah, it's like
freaking dumb.
And the CGI, terrible.
Oh, yeah,
Awful
it is really bad.
CGI. I felt like I was watching Teletubbies for a second.
Okay, I'm actually going to
in
save.
some scenes.
We'll talk about it again later because I want to save what I hated the most about it for later. Okay, so yeah, anything else to add on to it?
And I feel like the director was they got the wrong director to do this movie.
Yeah, it's like, she's a good director too. Like,
Right.
Selma's a legitimately good movie.
Exactly. I don't understand why she's directing Wrinkle in Time. And my problem with Wrinkle in Time, it doesn't feel like a film. It feels like a product, you know? Like they're pushing an agenda. They're not pushing a movie with actual substance to it.
Yeah, look at how much diversity we have. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, look how much money you made.
Are we going to talk about diversity again soon here?
I don't know, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, we
You
the
know what I'm
comment
referring
section
to,
is
right?
going to be
Let's see.
Is it on your list? Don't say it.
Oh, yes, yes.
Good. We'll talk about diversity again later. Saying like diversity is a bad thing. Okay. So my number 7 actually. Okay. Oh God. Okay. My number 7's Escape Plan 2.
With Dave Bautista.
Yes, Dave Bautista and Sylvester Stallone, who are both barely in the movie. It's just once again, it's like the same thing as Acts of Violence or Super Troopers 2 had a low budget, so they couldn't do anything. They just flashed some neon lights on the screen, said some things, and left. It's like, it's a terrible movie. It's boring as hell. I watched this in school, so every once in a while I have an hour and a half to kill in school, so I'll go on Amazon Prime and watch something. This is what I chose, and I'd rather have been doing schoolwork in that time than watching this movie, because it's so dull. And Sylvester Stallone and Dave Bautista aren't even the main characters of the movie. So what was the point in doing it? And they're gonna make a 3rd one. Why? Okay. Anyway, that's my number 7.
All right, mine
Your
is
sire.
Venom.
Yay! Now we can talk about it.
Oh, talk about getting every aspect of a comic book character wrong. You see, first of all, the movie set in San Francisco. Venom is the anti-hero. And there's no Spider-Man for him to get the shape of the symbiote from.
Every possible thing you could have done wrong in a Venom movie. Like, the only thing they could have done that would have been worse is recast Topher Grace again. Recast him as Venom again. Like, that's like, that was the only thing I could see. But heck, I'd watch Spider-Man 3 again over this movie, though.
Oh, yes. Because,
honestly.
And then they do the lame superhero trope of the villain is just a dark clone of the hero.
Yeah, it's literally it's the opposite of the hero. It's like, we see that in every movie ever.
Yeah. Looking at you, Iron Man 2.
Yes, yes.
And I heard the editing was really bad too.
It is really
bad.
The effects are also pretty trash.
Yeah. And then you don't even see Venom until an hour into the hour and a half runtime.
It's like, because 20 minutes of the runtime is credits.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yes, hearing a crappy Eminem song.
Yeah, because we had to listen to it like a million freaking times before we got rid of that movie.
And then Sony puts a Spider-Verse trailer in the credits.
Oh God, yeah, it's like, I mean, it was the best part of the movie.
It is
Why put a trailer for a great movie to the end of this awful one?
I'm hoping that elevated Spider-Verse a little bit.
Yeah.
That got more people to see it.
Yeah, then poor Michelle Williams. She
did not belong in this movie.
She did not deserve it.
Neither did Tom Hardy, to be honest.
Yeah.
Same, but I mean, Tom Hardy's the one good thing in the movie, I'll say that. Like, the one legitimately good thing. He's legitimately trying, at least.
Yeah.
And his interactions with Venom are okay. That's why I didn't make my list. But, like, Christ. How did this become almost $1 billion movie?
Which,
I mean, we'll get to $1 billion movies soon, but, like...
Yes, we will.
But, like, Jesus Christ. Okay.
So, alright, Perry.
Number 6.
Number 6, and this was my number 6, but I'm swapping it with a different movie.
Oh, okay.
Mid-video.
I'm about to say, plot twist.
My number 6 is going to be Eli Roth's Death Wish.
It's another movie I like, so
yeah.
I'll let you talk.
I mean, this feels like another. It's just a remake we really don't need. And Eli Roth, I think he's a terrible director. I like him in Inglourious Bastards, but I think his movies are terrible and they're unnecessary. I feel like he's almost the Yule Bowl of our generation. Maybe just not as bad.
I take like Green Inferno or Hostel over like any of Uwe Boll's movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, or was it like that arcade game he made a movie of, like Night of the Living Dead or something?
Oh, House of the Dead. That movie's terrible.
Yes.
I saw that.
Yeah.
There's like House of the Dead. He made a Far Cry movie.
Yeah.
It was
Didn't
awful.
he make the Blood Rain movie?
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, God.
But sticking to Death Wish, Bruce Willis is definitely phoning it in here, and I am a huge.
He's trying a little, but
I didn't see it at all, and they just upped the gore factor towards the end, and they try to put in little clips of like radio talk show hosts talking about the morality of what Bruce Willis is doing, like it's trying to have a little bit of substance to it, but it just feels really cheap and unnecessary.
I'm just gonna check something. Okay. The like runtime thing was flashing. I was wondering why. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm not gonna cut anything out here. This is all I can't afford to do that much. So okay.
Okay, we're professionals.
Right. Moving on to yours.
Okay, so you're done with that one. Cool.
Yeah.
Want to make sure it's still going. Q. All right. Which one we were on? Number 6.
Yes.
Okay. I had to think about it. Okay. Yeah. Okay, this is a movie I know neither of y'all have seen. It came out back in like last January, and like it was forgotten about pretty instantly, but I just couldn't stand it. Proud Mary with Taraji P. Henson.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I know y'all know what it is, but like,
yes.
I know you haven't seen them.
Bits and pieces. Oh, God almighty. I don't know why this is down here.
It's so damn boring! Like, Christ! Like, it's like, and I like Taraji P. Henson. She's a legitimately good actress, but she never picks the right movies to show that. And this is like the perfect example of that. And we got What Men Want coming up in a few weeks. I'm so excited.
Stop.
Oh, my life.
At least we have Best of Enemies.
And that's true. Actually, that was okay. But no, Christ, I hated this movie. It's just so damn boring. And the kid was just annoying. Didn't I need that whole like subplot in the movie? It's like, what was this movie? Didn't need to exist. I think this was another one where they tried to set up for a sequel. I can't remember. It's just that forgettable. I hated it. On to your number 6.
All right, my number 6, Escape Plan 2.
Oh!
Yes.
Because, I mean, of course, once again, you have Stallone and Batista in all the advertisements, yet they're in the movie for like 5 to 10 minutes.
Like, yeah.
I'll try to bring up stuff he did. There's a stupid, obvious, like, villain twist.
Yeah, I saved that for you because I knew you probably would talk about that.
And just, they use the same, just one pitch black room with neon
lights flashing the whole time.
And then it's like, how can the facility be like rotating and constantly changing if it's underground?
Yes.
Under like sewer grates in Atlanta, like there's sewers down. Just oh my god, this movie.
So dumb.
The logistics alone.
No, just
So
yeah,
stupid.
Escape
It's
Plan
like,
2.
it's just boring as hell. Okay. Number 5.
Number 5. Get ready, comment section.
Ooh.
Jurassic World.
Yes, thank you, science. Okay, we can talk about it earlier than I thought.
My lord. You want to
This was
talk
so
about
damn stupid.
You want to talk about one of the most incompetently written scripts of the year. Look no further than Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom.
Yep.
And the whole
$1 million movie,
motivation,
people.
the whole motivation of the characters and how they want to preserve the dinosaur, you don't side with them. You side with Jeff Goldblum.
I want the dinosaurs to die. Like, I'm like, no, these things need to go.
The 1 minute of screen time Jeff Goldblum has.
He makes a bigger impression than everyone
Right.
else in the movie. And that stupid twist.
Yes.
My God.
Oh,
It's like, because I know it's like, this isn't the only chance we're going to talk about this, but like, I have to bring it up here. Like, my God, I hated that twist. It adds nothing to the freaking movie at all. That character didn't need to be in the movie whatsoever.
And not to mention, all the characters are extremely annoying.
And
like the
they're
guy with the
stupid.
glasses.
no, yeah, especially the diversity hires.
Yes.
Screaming dorky black guy. And then, I don't need no man, Hispanic lesbian woman.
Oh, yeah.
Or, like, the one scene that stood out to me is where Buffalo Bill from Silence of the Lambs, he shoots Chris Pratt with a tranquilizer dart.
They should have killed him.
Yeah, for no reason, because the guy was defending himself from getting mauled by a raptor. Chris Pratt gets shot, and then
That should have killed him. It was enough to knock out a dinosaur. You think
Yeah.
that thing should have killed that man?
And then little
Continue.
girlfriend goes, no one's pointing a gun at all, just Chris Pratt's on the ground. She draws a gun on armed soldiers and is like, you're not gonna kill me and I'll save that dinosaur. It's like, we weren't gonna kill you anyway, so you pulled out the gun.
Oh, not to mention, I just love the guy with the glasses screaming the
Yeah,
entire
he's
movie.
so
the
annoying.
entire
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
Oh my lord. This was actually going to go
T-Rex,
lower for me
T-Rex.
for a second.
God, there's that and Chris Pratt like flopping away from lava. That should have burned him. Like just being like a foot away from that would have burned his skin off.
Yeah.
But okay.
He should look like Two-Face right now.
Yes, exactly.
He should have died a hero.
Yes.
But moving on to Jeremy's number 5.
I was gonna try to see if I can remember it, but I cannot. Oh, okay. I don't want to talk about it too much because we already talked about it. Wrinkle in Time.
Yeah.
Hated this movie. Okay, so one thing I want to talk about that we didn't was the annoying Charles Wallace kid.
Oh god.
Talking about agony watching like a character, like just hearing him speak, I wanted to strangle that little thing with his freaking pencil neck. I just wanted to. Ugh. Okay, hey, sorry. So yeah, hated it. Can't say too much more than we already did. Terrible movie. Moving on.
Alright then.
Number 5.
Yeah, my number 5, Jurassic World Fallen
Yep.
Kingdom. But I'll bring
Anything
up
else you want
points.
to add?
Yes, I'll bring up points that we didn't. Where Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard literally redo their same
same
character
arc,
arc from
Yep,
the first
I know.
movie. Where it's
Definitely.
like, oh, we broke up, but by the end of the movie we're back together, and they repeat it here. And then of course in the first 5 minutes they retcon the Mosasaurus tank, it being connected to the ocean just for it to escape for the plot, for just pop up in the end credit sequence, 2 friggin' hours later.
Actually, I think it was in the last scene of the movie itself, but
Yeah, and then
it's in the trailer too.
and
Though.
then, of course, I think this franchise has been horribly misnamed because in the end of the second movie, they say, "Welcome to Jurassic World." It's like, what? What first two movies.
Yeah.
And then just how did this make over $1 billion?
People are stupid.
Yeah, but come on, people.
It's like you get good movies that flop, and then Jurassic World's $1 billion movie.
Yeah.
That's how it works in this world, sadly.
Yeah, that's all I have to say about it.
Alright, number 4.
Number 4, strangers pray at night. What do you need to survive a horror scenario? You need a cell phone. You need a car. You need the police. This family literally had all 3 of them. And still managed to die brutally. Are you... And I did not spoil the ending because that may or may not happen, but to still be terrorized by these people for as long as they did, and they literally had all this at their exposure, they could have easily escaped. But of course, the characters in this film are such idiots, and it hurts me to see Christina Hendricks in this movie because
She's out of it pretty fast, though.
Yeah, thank God, because she's way too good for this movie.
I enjoy the movie, but like I get it. It's not good.
And instead of like, I was gonna say that the first Strangers is more of like a 70s slow burn type horror. This is more like 80s.
That's what I was doing.
Especially with like
it felt more 80s to me.
Especially with like all like the 80s like nostalgia music and whatnot.
Yes, like it's an 80s homage, and that's kind of why I enjoyed it. It's an homage to those crappy slasher movies from the 80s.
Yeah, but
if you don't like those crappy slasher movies from the 80s, you won't like it. Yeah, so I get it.
I'm just a terrible film all around. I think the only good scene in the entire movie, the pool scene.
It's a great scene. I love that scene.
That's actually a really good scene.
It's
Everything
legitimately
else,
suspenseful.
Though, awful. Just
Banana.
awful.
Alright, so that's all you had for that?
Yep.
Okay. Alright, what was my number 4? Oh, this is a movie y'all haven't seen. Okay, so, Tyler asked me a while back if there was going to be any Netflix movies on my list. And at the time I said no. And then I remembered that I saw The Kissing Booth. And so, you may or may not have heard of this because there was some weird phenomenon for a little bit there with like teens, especially at my school because everyone in my school is retards. So it's a terrible rom-com from Netflix. And all the crappy pop music, like you hear, it's like there's one scene where like the 2 main characters make out for like 5 seconds, and the camera's spinning around. There's fireworks everywhere, and it's playing this terrible pop song. It's like that. It's like, oh, it's cringe the movie. It's like, and the main relationship in the movie is the most abusive thing ever, like on both sides. To both characters, it does not work at all, and the characters have no chemistry. What was this? Like, how did this, like, why were teens into this movie? It's awful. It's probably Netflix's worst movie to date. And off the top of my head,
yeah, and that's coming off they made Bright.
I liked Bright. Like, it's not a good movie, but it's like, I enjoyed it for what it was. It had fun elements to it, but like, this is just, yeah, it's cringy, teenage, generic. This is what, adults think this generation is, but actually isn't, because it was written by like a 50-year-old man, and directed. So you can kind of tell from that how this is treated. Well, let's move on.
All right, my number 4 is Blackwater. It's a straight to DVD movie with Jean-Claude Van Damme and Dolph Lundgren's in it for 5 minutes, if that. But it's supposed to take place on a submarine. They use the CIA black site, yet the set they use of the same freaking hallway for the next hour and a half.
Wow.
And then the big villain reveal at the end. Oh, it's Jean-Claude Van Damme's girlfriend, who's half his freaking age, who you think gets killed in the beginning of the movie, but oh no, she suddenly pops back up on the submarine later, and just,
that's so stupid.
It completely fell apart. They tried to do a little spy thriller, like, oh, who's gonna backstab him, and he has the actual clearance over him, and just No.
It's like, I love how like half your list is straight to DVD movies you watched on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks, Amazon, for all the crappy movies I had to watch to make this list. All right, Perry.
Number 3.
Number 3. So bad of a film, it will make you rampage because it's Rampage.
I liked Rampage, so I can't say that it's dumb, but like it knows it's dumb.
Yeah, I mean, and I would be fine with that. But my problem is, I'm getting really sick of The Rock. And it really hurts me to think that he is like the highest paid actor in Hollywood, yet he plays himself in all of his movies, and this film is no different. I think the only thing this film succeeds on is establishing a relationship between The Rock and the actual, gorilla that blows up like 100 times its size. Mm-hmm. But other than that, the film is terrible. And you want to talk cringy? Look no further than Rampage. And I don't even know what Jeffrey Dean Morgan is doing in this movie. Because this man is Negan. This man is a comedian.
Great actor.
He's way too good to be in this film. And that's
Naomi Harris is in this movie.
Naomi Harris, thank you.
Moonlight's a great movie.
Right. It's like, and this is a trend that's really bothering me in Hollywood, where bad actors good actors are in really awful movies.
I feel like maybe I would have liked this movie less. I do like this movie, but like I feel like I maybe would have liked it less if I had seen it after Skyscraper. Because Skyscraper was one that like kind of killed it for me. Like, it would have been great if Skyscraper was my number 3. It's not on this list, but okay, so that's all you would say about it.
Yeah, just an awful cringe fest. Okay. Do not waste your time on this movie.
I remember my top 3 or bottom 3, by heart. Number 3 is Holmes and Watson. Ooh. The worst movie of Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly's careers. So I walked out halfway, like not even halfway through this movie. It was like maybe 30 minutes in, and like he's standing there. Because he was working, so I come to him and I just go, "Fuck this movie!" to try to keep it a little less R-rated here. But it's like, I just flat out, Jesus Christ, and like I did it again, like maybe 30 minutes later. I don't know if I went to you or not, but like I came out again and I was just like, because like it was always at a joke that I cringed so hard at that my eyeballs were starting to bleed, so I had to leave for a minute just to like know what life is before I went back in and wasted more life with Holmes and Watson. I'm surprised this isn't number 1. It's just, as much as this movie annoyed me and like pissed me off and like had me sitting like this the whole time, it's like I just feel like my bottom 2 insulted me more. As terrible as this is, as I said, it is probably the worst movie of Will Ferrell's career. Off the top of my head, I think so. Yeah. And for sure for John C. Reilly, but it's hated this. We didn't even have it for like 2 or 3 weeks. Like
not even.
It's like
there's a reason it had a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes for a good bit.
How about it's my God, it's terrible. Okay, number 3.
All right, my number 3. Widows.
Once again, another good movie. What's with you two?
Not once again. The most boring, self-indulgent piece of schlock I've ever sat through. 2.5 hours, I think.
2 hours.
That was 2 hours?
Yeah, well, 2 in like a couple minutes, but like...
Oh my good God, where do I start? We have Hollywood juggernauts, Liam Neeson, and John Bernthal blowing up in the first minute.
But I did call the twist like right after that happened.
Yeah, or then twisting, whatever. Liam Neeson's still alive.
I totally called it. I was like, watch, someone's still alive here.
I have no idea why Daniel Kaluuya was in this movie other than to...
He had a great scene.
In the bowling alley, whatever, him doing his best.
Yeah.
Daniel Day-Lewis from There Will Be Blood torturing the poor guy.
I like that scene. I like the one in the also in like a sports themed place, like the basketball.
But then again, I think he made them rap.
Yeah, he made them rap and shot them. It's like I like that scene.
Like it went on too long.
I like that movie, but
rap for like 4 minutes straight, and then the cardinal sin of the movie, Michelle Rodriguez
oh boy.
killing Robert Duvall
Oh, that's right.
Did we mention
I haven't
spoiler?
seen it, so
This would be
I
a
had
great
seen
time to
spoilers on
mention
it.
that.
Yeah, that's that. I forgot about that.
Just like you said, doesn't he have the most movies on American Film Institute's top 100?
He has
Yeah.
appeared in 5 different
Yeah, he
films
does.
that are on the top 100 greatest films.
And
of all
this is
time.
how you treat him. Gun him down by Letty from Fast and Furious. And
That's
just-
like, I feel like this will get more, like, almost as much rage as having
Yeah.
Black Panther in your dishonorable mentions, because
Yeah.
you're in the minority here, buddy.
I know, but just...
You're welcome. I made you go see this.
We got a speaker mind, YouTube. Sorry.
Yeah.
No, I totally get it. It's not like, as much as I disagree, like, I get it.
Yeah, just... And then a nonsensical plot. Colin Farrell not even trying. You can hear his Irish accent a mile away, and he's supposed to be a Chicago politician or whatever.
Yeah,
It's
I
just-
can't remember exactly, but yeah.
It is not my movie, so me personally do not recommend it, but
Oh, yeah.
other people see differently. But
But no, I get it. It's like everyone's gonna love and hate a movie. It's like you're gonna have that one
Yeah.
person. You're just that one person.
yeah, I mean, hey, Seth MacFarlane doesn't like The Godfather.
Yeah, it's like,
But granted, Widows is not The Godfather.
oh no. Even as someone who liked this movie, no.
But all right.
Number 2.
Number 2, Truth or Dare. And I was so
Terrible movie,
tempted
but-
to put this on my number 1 spot. We're talking the most unlikable characters I have seen in a...
Yeah.
Well, some of the
it's
most
bad.
unlikable characters. My number 1, their characters are even more unlikable. You don't... And Lucy Hale
I don't
is...
know if I'd say that, but okay, continue.
Lucy Hale is a really talented actress, but
Yeah.
you just don't care about any of these characters. It's an interesting concept, but it is executed terribly. And the whole big scare of this film, a stupid smiling like
I know, it's so funny. It's hilarious. No, I loved this movie. Like, this movie's hilarious. Like, no, it was in my dishonorable mentions. It's a terrible movie, but it's like the Bye Bye Man for me. It's so funny that I just couldn't put it on the list.
And the guy who played Brad, he was in Edge of 17. I'm like, what are you doing in this movie?
Great movie. It's like, but no, yeah.
One of the worst horror
not a
movies,
movie.
one of the best comedy movies you'll ever see.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's hilarious.
Just an awful film, and it feels like it goes on forever. And to be honest, I didn't see this movie once, but twice in theaters, mainly because like
Is that
people are like-
twice?
yeah, because people are like, oh, take me to see this movie, take me to see this
Oh,
movie.
poor Perry.
So the fact that I had to
Sure
sit
they
through
did.
this one,
Yeah.
oh come on, don't give me that.
Secretly, it's Perry's movie of the year.
Whatever.
Man, I'm sorry. I didn't know you had to see it twice.
Oh.
I mean, actually, I wouldn't have minded
Back
seeing
to
this twice.
back,
'Cause it's so
like
funny,
literally
but-
had to come back the next night and watch
Oh
it again.
God, you didn't even get a break.
Yeah, so
Oh, poor Perry.
I mean, I can't express how terrible this movie is, with the exception of bashing my head against the wall, because that's what it.
It's like,
You'll have a better time bashing your head against the wall than watching Truth or Dare. That's how abysmal this film is, and I cannot stress that enough.
okay, so I know what your number 1 is. I'm not gonna say it, obviously. I don't know how you could like hate that movie more. I'm curious when we get to it. Okay, so my number 2 is another movie y'all didn't see, and another movie I walked out of like twice before like actually being able to finish it. Was Show Dogs. You remember that?
Oh,
Yeah.
Will Arnett, like, not trying at all. Then Ludacris making puns about himself having the name Ludacris within the movie. Like, at one point, Ludacris says, "That's ludicrous." And then at another point, Will Arnett does his Lego Batman voice, like,
Oh,
intentionally.
God.
Like, he literally, like, I think he's, like, interrogating a guy. And the guy says something about Lego Batman, and he just goes, "What about it?" And like he does the voice, and like I was like, "What the hell?"
Dear
No, this movie is terrible. This is terrible animal puns. The movie, basically, like the CGI is awful. There's a CGI panda in this movie, and the CGI actually glitches, like because the panda falls off of like a palm tree or something. And like as it's falling, you can see the CGI glitch to where like the panda warps down, like he warps down the tree. It's so fast, but I noticed it. And it's terrible. Oh, like as far as like talking dog movies go, this is probably one of the worst ones. Not a high bar, but like it's like this is where I'll watch Beverly Hills Chihuahua over this movie any day. Like that movie's like the Godfather to this. Like, oh God,
Snow Dogs is the golden standard for dog movies.
I mean for like talking dog movies.
Oh, okay.
What is the best talking dog movie actually? I don't know.
Who's gonna be the definitive expert on talking dog movies?
I know one actually. Not personally, but like on YouTube I know one. Okay, so that's my number 2. That's all I'm gonna say.
Mine is acts of violence. That
Really? Okay, you switched
my
it.
number 2.
All right.
Yep, that Bruce Willis straight to DVD movie
Wow.
we talked about earlier. But but mainly the scene I wanted to bring up. So the main 3 brothers are interrogating some thug.
Yeah, this scene's terrible.
They strap C4 to the guy's chest and lean over and sit right next to him, turn on the countdown, and just let it go down as they're interrogating him. Like,
Yeah, and they're like they start backing up, but it's like it's not far enough at all. From, like, they're still in the blast radius for sure. Like
this is C4. This stuff levels buildings.
It's like they start backing up, like they're like that's gonna help them, and I'm like, no.
Yeah. No, it's like, how are you gonna go rescue your brother's wife
Yes.
if you blow up?
It's like it's the dumbest, like one of the dumbest movies of the year. It's so
And
incompetent.
then the ending is so weird because you have the brothers going to jail for their vigilante justice. Then Bruce Willis is the detective on the case, but that's just it. He's done. He turns in his badge.
This was where he draws the line.
And then not 2 minutes later, we see the main villain somewhere. I don't care.
Yeah.
Then he turns around. Lo and behold, Bruce Willis just finds him and guns him down in some random basement. I'm like, okay.
Right.
And then it cuts to some like camera feed, some like recording on a camera of the 2 brothers and the guy's wife who they rescue, just a baby. It's like, but I thought they were in jail.
In jail, yeah. It doesn't. Yeah.
Where'd the kid come from?
Oh God, it's.
But
terrible
good God. But yeah, it's completely awful. If you have Amazon Prime, don't bother.
Yeah. There are better Bruce Willis movies on Amazon Prime, I can assure you.
Alright, here we go.
Number one. I know
Number one worst film of 2018, and I know Jeremy's in a disagreement as he's voiced already.
Not disagreement, but that it's bad, but not number 1. Continue.
It's 50 Shades Free. When you think of everything wrong with Hollywood, the epitome of it is the 50 Shades trilogy, and this one sums it up very well. I mean, 2 of the most unlikable characters I have ever come across in film, Anastasia Steele and Christian Grey. And,
Poor names.
And what's crazy is this is a really popular franchise that's grossed over like $1 billion combined. But with all like the women's movement thing going on and everyone's asking for women's rights, why would anyone want to watch a film where a woman is in a very toxic relationship like this?
Well, it's my same thing with the Kissing Booth.
Yeah, well, because he's rich.
Because he's rich.
It's women's fantasy, basically.
Exactly, I know the joke's been said many times over, but if the dude wasn't rich, this would be a Law and Order SVU episode.
Yeah,
for sure.
And not only are we just talking about a terrible message for a film, we are talking about some of the worst acting I have seen all year. And Jamie Dornan's a good actor. I don't think Dakota Johnson.
I've seen
is a
acts
good
of violence. It's like,
Yeah, and I was going to say, the thing you say that, but Robin Hood.
I didn't see it.
I thought Robin Hood was fine. The acting, like him in that movie, he's fine until the last scene.
And of course, like, this film is shamelessly like softcore porn. It's just pretty much mommy porn, and then of course in the last 15 minutes it tries to have a plot and bring back Jack from
that's why I disagree with this being number 1, because this movie's also hilarious, like Truth or Dare. Like I cannot, like I'm so entertained by these movies that I can't put them on my lists, my worst list. I just can't do it because those movies I'm I feel like I'm being tortured watching this. These aren't one of them.
I
three of them, like I
completely
said.
disagree.
That's fine.
I rolled my eyes during this film. The entire
So now that you
film,
explained it, I get it.
and I just couldn't wait for it to be over. Do not watch these movies. I feel like we should all stop talking about these movies after this video and maybe just pretend like they never happened. Let's start doing that with bad films, and let's start with the
Let's
50
be honest.
Shades
Everyone's already
trilogy.
forgotten about the 50
That's
Shades
true.
trilogy.
That's true. Yeah.
You're the one bringing it back up. So let's
Yeah,
think about
you
it.
have a
That, thinking about it that way.
You're going against your own rule.
But I
Yes.
mean, the object was to think of the worst films of 2018,
Yes,
and this
yes.
has to be my number one. I hate to
Fair
bring
enough.
this film back up, but that's where it is.
Yeah.
Okay, and I have a collaborative effort for my number one. So speaking of Tyler Perry, I didn't see Acrimony this year, but I saw Nobody's Fool. So bring it out, boys. I got us Nobody's Fool poster. Okay, I'm gonna take the first swing at this. John, turn. Turn, your turn. Take it. Do it. Do it. Yes. Watch it the
Let it rain. Let it rain. If you can't tell, that's his number one.
I saved this dude's face because he's the best actor in the movie. But still, just fuck that guy too. Whoopi Goldberg? And you! Okay. I feel like that's all I want to say about that, but... Oh, no, there's not much else to elaborate on. Screw this movie. Hated every second. Let's just pretend. Okay. Wait, I still gotta take... I can't let Tiffany Haddish... I can't let Tiffany Haddish's body, like, stay... Like,
Sorry,
together.
Miss Hayes.
Yeah, that will clean it up. Anyway, continuing your number one.
Alright. Well, I have a poster, but number one. My number one's Siberia with Keanu Reeves. Another straight to Amazon movie, which I had to suffer through. But this movie, oh my god.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about this.
It starts off with a Bond-esque intro of like, you see a close-up of a diamond, it's got the saxophone orchestra playing. It's like, oh, you think you're in for a good time, right? Oh man, Keanu's indebted to the Russian mob, he's gotta get them diamonds. Then he goes to some remote town, and for the next hour and a half, you're sitting through him wooing some Russian cafe owner who's in some arranged marriage, yet she doesn't want to be in it, so she wants to be with Keanu. And then they bring back up the diamond plot in the last 10 minutes of the movie, only for Keanu to go to some random cabin in the woods, which wasn't there before, but whatever. And then the movie ends with him having this big old shootout with the Russian mob.
Yeah. I was like, my jaw dropped when you told me about this ending.
Yeah, the ending, it's just, he leaves his sniper's perch in the cabin to go out in the open against these guys with automatic rifles. He has just a bolt-action hunting rifle. And, of course, he turns around to shoot some guy. And then some guy just walks from off-screen. Boom! Shotgun to the back of Keanu's head, and then credits.
God.
He's like, I did not hear good things about this movie before you saw it. Now I'm like, whoa.
No, this movie did not know what it wanted to be, and just, awful. Keanu, stop doing straight
I think
to
Keanu's in 2 of your movies.
Stop, please.
2 of yours movies. At least we got John Wick 3 this year. Thank God.
Yes.
The best superhero movie of 2019.
Before we end this video,
Okay.
I'd like to say, me and Tyler, we have never done a YouTube video, so this is our first try, so just bear with us. If
Y'all
you-
did really good for your first time. Y'all probably did better than I've done for the past 5 years, so. I feel like us together, we're like the Megazord, like
Critics
alone. Like alone, but together.
Or it'd be just like in Family Guy, Joe Swanson. When combined, we make like Crippletron or something.
Yes, exactly. But yeah, we're like the Megazord and Power Rangers. Like all of us together, we're one big powerful force. Yes, as Perry said, the Critic Squad. Almost said Critic Squad. Critic Squad.
If you like this video, make sure to give it a like, and
Yep.
if you enjoyed this content, make sure to subscribe.
Smash that like button. Leave a comment if you want free V-Bucks on Fortnite.
Okay, so we also have our best of the year video we're about to make. Don't forget about that. Link to my letterbox is down below, but more for that video because I have a top 30 and we're going to that later. All right, so goodbye.
All right.
All right.